A problem student and lone wolf who has a poor attendance rate at school, with great grades in science subjects but not so much in others. In private, he is a famous hacker under the code name Ice, but only a few students in the student council know about this. He learned mahjong to fend off relatives, but he doesn't seem to like this tiring sport much. So Ice is a reference to Netrunner, right? It's gotta be.
It is? I don't know anything about Netrunner.
Wait, isn't Netrunner's the thing that has ice, right? Netrunner Ice. Ice is a defensive. Oh no, that Netrunner's the card game. What's the book? Never mind. Doesn't matter. It's a reference to classic cyberpunk.
Okay, I don't know anything about this.
Well,
it's fucked up that they put a guy in Mahjong Soul who hates Mahjong.
It is really funny how much he fucking hates Mahjong. He's like, I don't want to go to the Mahjong.
I don't want to go to the dojo.
I'm so tired from playing Mahjongs with my relatives. Like, can we please not? It's like, damn, kid. Okay.
Whatever you say.
Whatever you say, Ling.
His name is deeply fake to me. Sorry. Anyway, I just don't think I look at him and I think it's the hacker boy, not it's Ling.
Uh-huh. It's just like
he doesn't have a last name. It doesn't help.
No, yeah. His code name could just be Ling and that would be fine, but instead it has to be Ice. Ling. I've been so used to reading like Chinese literature in which the names always have the first name and last name, or they have a oh my god, a title. I forget what the exact word is. Sorry, my mistake.
Honorific.
Thank you. But and so just seeing him be named Ling is sort of disorienting.
It's upsetting, yeah.
Ling. I guess it's good for his privacy.
Suppose.
One supposes. Anyway, right, the intro. Hello and welcome to Soulmates, where we talk about all our favorite little guys in all our favorite little games. My name, and the name of this gun, is Ivy Fox Gun. And you can find me on our sister podcast, Together We'll Shine, an Udna rewatch podcast, which will soon be coming back, because I'll soon not be sick, but not yet. Thank you for your patience while I've been sick. You can find this Anyway, you can find Together We'll Shine, an Udna rewatch podcast wherever you get your podcasts. You can find this podcast, Soulmates, also wherever you get your podcasts, including YouTube, where you can chat with us in the comments, subscribe, and also you can find us on all your normal podcast apps where you can leave us a little review, which really helps us out. Joining me as always, their name and the name of that gun is
Ash Gun.
From across the mahjong table. Forgot about that bit.
It's Ash Gun. It turns you to Ash. My name and the name of this, but you don't have the object control authority to hold it. Only I can hold it because I have very high I've been grinding out my object control authority in old school RuneScape. That's the joke I'm doing. Um,
Uh-huh.
it's old school RuneScape was the first. No, it wasn't the first MMO that came to mind. It was the second MMO that came to mind. But I didn't want to say Final Fantasy 14. Um,
Uh-huh.
Hi. You can find me also not on old school RuneScape, a game I don't really play but have downloaded on my computer. Um but instead on Final Fantasy 14 at Hirtumhol to Hanasin on the Hyperion server Primal. Also on Ko-Fi at ko-fi.com/Asherlark. You can support the show by going to ko-fi.com/ivyfoxart, all one word. Um, and I run the show's social media on Tumblr at soul-mates-podcast.tumblr.com. And you can send me what your name is in Final Fantasy 14, and I probably won't add you to my friends list.
Uh-huh. But you can dox yourself on our Tumblr for fun, for free. Don't do this. Well,
It's
maybe you
not
can dox your
doxing
Final
yourself.
Fantasy, but don't dox
Yeah,
your...
you can dox your Final Fantasy character.
Yeah.
You tell me your exact. I would have told you my housing ward and location if I still had one. But my housing got auto demolished because I stopped logging
No.
into the game.
You mortgaged your housing to buy Bitcoin?
It was not voluntary.
Hmm.
They mortgaged my housing so someone else could buy Bitcoin.
Damn. Anyway, it's Ling. Oh wait, I
There's
forgot about
more
the
of the
rest.
intro, yes.
Someday we'll soon you'll not be doing finals and I'll not be sick, and then we can go back to the podcast being normal. Um, our art, that's just by Rye Garden. You can find on Instagram. Our music, that's just by Sueños Electrónicos, who you can find on Bandcamp. All our links are in the description. In this season, we are talking about the characters from Mahjong Soul, by Yostar and Cat Food Studios, a blend of cute, appealing anime girls with classical Japanese mahjong, in their words, not mine. Coughs away from the microphone. Ooh
Ooh.
woo. So before we started, you were discussing how you fucking hate this guy.
Well, I don't. It's it's complicated. I have a
Uh huh.
complicated relationship with Ling from Mahjong Soul. Um, which is that I think he rules like a little bit.
Uh
Like I
huh.
think he has like I think he's kind of awesome in some ways. Um, but he also is like in a very particular way that I'm not sure I can explain. I tried to explain to Ivy earlier. Um, he is like a particular archetype of 16-year-old boy that is at at your beck and call in this gotcha game, and it's weird.
Uh huh.
Um, he's a particular type of 16-year-old boy sex symbol ish
Uh huh.
in a weird kind of like subversive way. Not subversive, that's not the word I'm looking for. You know what I mean.
Like alternative way.
Yeah.
You know, he's
Um,
yeah.
and this is like this makes me uncomfortable. Um,
Yeah.
and it's kind of just a problem with him as a concept being put into the game. Like him being like a reclusive, shut-in hacker boy who barely goes to school or takes care of himself. That's also you could make a bonding promise with him in Mahjong Soul is like just kind of a concept level, like idea level problem.
Uh
Um,
huh.
I mean, you could do this in a way where you're not like going to go make a bonding promise with Ling. They could have done this, but not weird. It's
Uh
just they
huh.
didn't try to do that at all. Um,
No.
so like, but I think his like cat ear hoodie and like his general kind of guy who hates you energy in a world where this isn't like a cognito hazard is kind of cool. Not cool, but fun.
Yeah, I he is like he's like a he's got things going for him. Like he's sort of like a spark of an original concept amongst a very sort of samey male cast, which is strange because the male cast is very small in the first place. Um, and like he has a very strong aesthetic that like pulls across all of his things. Actually, I get mad when they take it away. But like he's a
Hmm.
very strong distinct aesthetic that's very fun. He like his existence lets them sort of go full out with their like I kind of like I feel like he would the problem is that like the problem on multiple levels I think is that he is sort of so one note. um and one, this makes him feel more like a little object in an unpleasant way. um but two, kind of like with his emotes, they sort of go all out with their like stupid internet meme shit that they love to do. And if he like reflected a little bit of that, if he like ever had fun, if like,
Hmm.
you know, he sort of expressed clear enjoyment for anything except like gotcha games with beautiful women, which admittedly is a funny joke.
Yeah.
um I like would like him more. And I know it's like it's errant of me to ask for like depth from a gotcha game character. Um but he just like there's something about, and yeah, there's something about this like reclusive hates people kind of guy. And then you like you don't even bring him out of out of his shell, sort of in the way that you do with like I don't know Yui Yagi or whatever. You just get him to like you and only you and swear fealty to you, and it's like makes me feel bad.
Hmm.
This is why I shouldn't read the voice lines ahead of time.
If he ever had fun and was cute instead of being miserable, I'd feel a little bit better about it. That being said, we'll get to it. Sometimes it's very fun and cute that he's miserable. That's what I have to say about Ling.
Uh-huh. Default Ling.
Default Ling. Hey, every image of Ling, every uh um like all of his outfits
Uh-huh.
don't have his name on them.
Yeah, that's
This is
because
default look.
it's because he erased himself off the internet.
Ah, fuck.
It's called cybersecurity, babe. Look it up.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, just because you have the same name on every single platform doesn't mean that everyone else has to do this. Um, Ling's default look. I am like every time I look at this, I am always like, it all tracks. You know, like he's got the stupid tie. He's got like this Final Fantasy jacket. What's with this
I
thing? It's
know.
crazy. We'll get there. He's got like cool headphones, although they appear to not have any padding, which is upsetting to me. And as an ear user, someone who has ears, um, but the fact that he's wearing this like twee ass little sweater vest, this little like beige sweater vest, is like extremely sending me. It catches my
hmm
attention first thing
It
every
is
time I look at this guy. And I'm
it like
like,
rules is the thing. I
okay.
love Ling's default look. It's
Uh-huh.
so weird. I He's got the Hot Topic like belt chain with the
Uh-huh.
ripped skinny jeans. He's got these kind of sick shoes that
The
make him
donut.
look like he's in Gundam.
Yeah, but
Um,
also they do look like they're for 8-year-olds because they don't have
they
laces, they
are.
just have clips.
And then he has like a black mage cloak, like complete with fucking runes on
Yeah,
it.
it's got like
Um,
emblems.
and then this covers another sleeve, which has another loop through it. And then under that, he's wearing like long sleeves of a sweater, but the sweater doesn't isn't real because he's wearing like a button up that's loose in the front. He's not wearing a turtleneck. Those are just like arm warmers.
Yeah, I'm looking at them, I'm studying them, I'm looking at the right side of the image where you can see it disappear, and I'm like, I guess they're just arm warmers. Sort of hot topic maxing. Um which sort of like so there's a couple potential implications here. Potential implication one is that his button-up shirt, which I like his half tuck to let you see his chain better. That's fun. Um, Option one is that this is a like t-shirt button-up shirt. Very funny. Option two is that he's wearing these weird like they've got like athletic stripes on them, which is great. These weird, like full arm length arm warmers over the sleeves of his button up, or he rolls up the sleeves of his button up to accommodate this. And like all of these options are insane.
hmm
And it's like, God, this jacket is so insane. I'm like, I'm looking at it more and I'm like, it's the lining appears to be the lining is not everywhere on the jacket and also appears to be like not fully
Yeah.
attached at some point because the lining is not in the sleeves and also you can see on the
No.
collars that the purple lining
Is
is
a
like coming
separate
off,
fabric.
but it's
Yeah.
definitely attached at the bottom. um
Yeah.
and so like that.
Hey, can we have props for the fact that this jacket zippers up but still leaves the bottom of it fully open?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's like
From the
only.
waist up, you can close it.
Uh-huh.
Important if you're a black mage.
Yeah, I feel like that would give you a very sort of particular kind of striking silhouette. I'm for it. I love
Mhm.
again all of these weird little ways that he looks a little bit like an 8-year-old. I love how big and chunky this zipper is. Um, like it's so big. I get that it's like you're maybe trying to like draw a zipper that can be seen, which is fair
Mhm.
because zippers are small. But like that you've drawn these big chunky visible teeth makes it feel like one of those like a big chunky plastic zipper that makes the whole
Mhm.
coat feel like a little bit cheap.
I
um
mean, it already is like
Also, what the fuck is
it,
going on
it
with
just
the
feels like a very thin coat, a thin plastic poncho type fucking thing.
yeah, also what the fuck is going on with the right sleeve wraparound? Because there's two layers to this wraparound. One of them is this
hmm
light gray that wraps around the sleeve, and then this one which wraps inside the coat. But then how do you zipper the coat? Is that detachable? What's up with that?
Huh. Yeah, what is up? Yeah, what is there a band of fabric that goes over the zipper and under the coat again?
Yeah, like
Hey,
I feel
what the
like
fuck?
this outfit like looks or this jacket. I mean, the outfit looks nice, but the jacket looks really nice, and all the component pieces really like are drawn extremely well. But like, so
hmm
many parts of it are just like, what is this garment? What is going on?
but it also has little kitty ears.
It does have little kitty ears.
Meow meow.
Nya nya.
Meow meow purr purr.
Nanya purr.
And that's awesome. I just like his cosplay is a little poorly constructed.
Uh-huh.
He didn't think about, he put it on this morning and he realized that there was some like extra hot gluing and sewing he had to do to make it perfect. But he did that while it was on his body, and now he hasn't thought about like
Uh-huh.
what the process is of like taking it off and putting it back on again.
Ah.
Not that he would ever go out to a location.
No, no. Ah, God forbid.
God forbid.
Certainly not a cosplay meet where there's a
No.
billion people. Um,
Hey, you know what genuinely is like kind of cute, but also bothers me about Ling?
uh-huh.
Is that he has this weird, like, his mahjong swag is dice. And
Uh-huh.
you do throw little six-sided dice in mahjong if
I
you're not
I
familiar with
I know
playing
where you're
Ritu
going with
mahjong.
this, but yes.
Um, but like, it kind of is fun because he doesn't like mahjong. So
Uh-huh.
he's gotten the least mahjong-y piece of mahjong swag that he could, which is the little dice on his tablet.
Uh-huh.
But also it pisses me off because it isn't mahjong swag. It
Okay.
is, but it isn't.
I mean, I thought you were gonna say it isn't Mahjong swag specifically because there's three of them, which is not the correct
That's
number
also
of
true,
dice.
yes.
That bothers me. I don't know why there's three of them. Um, he appears to have two separate tablets, which seems normal. But like, if
Mm-hmm.
you because this tablet has the dice in a different place than the tablet
Then the
in
Bond
his
Up tablet, yeah.
right, but also it's much smaller. Um,
Mm-hmm. This is his Kindle.
this is Kindle. Wait, what's he reading?
Shit.
Uh huh. Sword Art
Hatsune,
Online
please.
light novels. Oh.
No, Sword Art Online light novels is better. I was thinking of real books. That's my problem.
Yeah. That is your problem. Don't do that.
It is my problem.
Don't do that. I do
Sorry.
I do like his face. I feel like there's also some shading details in this that I really like. Like
Mm-hmm.
the fabric looks nice, but like specifically there's these really nice kind of like I forget what it's called, like penumbra. Like lines, some of the shadows are lined with this like bright red in a way that is very
Mm-hmm.
striking. Um I don't know why they do that, but it looks really nice. Um his I like his face too. He has like a different face, at least in this image, from everyone else in this game. Um
Mm-hmm.
which makes me think like I'm gonna make a very sort of broad take here that is like probably slightly unfair. Um
Mm-hmm.
but his face um uh, a lot of illustrations in this game are like emulating a very particular like Japanese anime and manga style. He looks a little bit closer to what I expect from like a Chinese illustrations. Just in terms of like face ratios and like the shape of his eyes and stuff. And like the shape of his nose. And it's just like a little bit different and he looks nice.
Yeah. I don't think that I personally am not like massive on the shading in this image. I don't think it's anything super special.
No.
But I do agree about his face.
No.
He has a I think that his eyes being very piercing and looking directly at you is quite good.
Yeah, I think that shading on this is pretty normal. But I just like those little red highlights. I think they're really
Yeah,
nicely
yeah, yeah,
done.
yeah.
What a weird guy. This is definitely, I think, his best image. Like, this is when Ling is most Ling. Um, I think it's like, we'll get there. But I mean, we might as well pad out the episode. It's gonna be a short one. But like, I sort of like, I think in later iterations of him, they make him look too normal. Um, and
Yeah, a
it's
little
it's
bit.
it's nice in this one that he is like a weirdo who wears weird clothes that he buys off the internet. You know,
Hmm.
it's just like extremely got that vibe.
He is a weirdo, and he does buy weird clothes that he got off the internet.
He like, he puts on like the shirt and pants, and the tie as his just sort of hanging around clothes because he wants to sort of hit a certain aesthetic. And then he gets a little chilly, so he just sort of throws on this little sweater vest. And then he has to like go out to the store, so he throws on his stupid jacket, and it just sort of comes
Hmm.
together organically into like this kind of great, kind of awful thing. It's really nice. It's fun. Strong, strong,
Yeah,
strong initial design on this guy, Iomo.
I agree. Wait,
Um,
holy shit! The emotes are in order
I was
again.
about to say, did they fix their shit?
They fixed their shit. They listen to the pod. I mean, they don't.
They don't.
But Ling
But
Zero, the first Ling emo.
cheers.
It's weird that it's just. It's weird that his name is Ling. Anyway, um, in this one he has a cup of a hot beverage,
Uh huh.
and he's at his laptop at his desk, and he's looking off to the side with a smile on his face, holding up his hot drink. Like, cheers.
Cheers. I think that this one is super fucking great. Um,
It is. I do want to talk about how fucked up his outfit is rendered in miniature.
hmm. Okay, you're right. It does look like there are flesh stripes on the side of his shirt.
It does. That's his sweater. His tie looks weirdly stretched out over his jacket collar, which isn't where it should be.
Oh yeah.
And his headphone, he has a visible headphone that also just blends into the surface of his jacket and
Uh
makes it
huh.
look like he has like a brooch or possibly some kind of, severance style larva sac.
Uh huh. Yeah, it does look like there's sort of a black hole on like his right breast of the jacket that is sucking in the
Mm-hmm.
tie and headphones. Humph. Cheers.
Cheers.
The thing that I was going to say about the outfit, which was much less critical, but you're correct, is that like this just has like there's sort of there's fun depth to this image in that like okay, obviously he's like cheers, he's got a big smile, he's cracked his case or whatever, um he's got big bags, but he's got big bags under his eyes, so clearly he's been working all night.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like him like counter emoting with his ears. His ears are drooping,
Mm-hmm.
and so, it like the implication is that secretly he's super exhausted. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's such a really good use of his little prop. Um,
They do like to use his ears and his emotes to actually convey things, which is adorable.
yeah, which is fantastic. Especially there's a particular charm to it because it's like I mean the um controversy um still rages as to whether or not Ichihime's ears are her ears. Um, but like they look like her ears, and so when she emotes with her ears, it feels sort of normal and expected. But like because it's just his jacket, it's like always a little bit fun.
Yeah,
I don't know if that made any sense. I'm still sick. I'm working on it.
kind of. It made some sense.
That's all I can ask for. Anyway, good
Um,
emote.
yeah, good emote. Generally speaking, don't look too hard at it because several things blend
No,
into each other like strange flash amalgams.
yeah, if I put my thumb over his shirt, it looks totally great.
But then don't look at his hand that's on the laptop.
And moving on.
Moving on.
Ling 1.
The second emote.
The second emote. Um, it's like, are we describing emotes? Who's describing emotes? Anyway,
You.
everyone's cooked. He's got a big shark smile, and he has like a finger on his cheek, and he's sort of staring down at you with his big, toothy, sharky smile, with an orange blob behind him. Um, and his ears are also sort of pointing down at you menacingly. Um, hey, why is the line of his teeth so fucked up?
His is a little fucked in this image in general.
Yeah.
I think it's, let me be clear, very, very cute. This image is adorable. I think it has a lot of personality. I would use this constantly to go like nia ha ha, an emotion I often have when playing Richu Mahjong.
Uh huh.
Um, it's good. I love the way that his eyes sort of like point and tilt down away from each other
Uh huh.
because he's tired. Um, his outfit looks the same amount as fucked up as it did before. God bless emotes.
Uh huh.
Um, but there are several lines in this emote in general that I'm just like, I feel like before you release this, you should have done a quick quality pass. Um, it's like the ear on the left of the image is just like got big black lines that are weird and shaky around it. And
Oh
it's like,
yeah.
okay. And then his mouth is like wobbly.
Uh
And it's
huh.
like, okay. I mean, like, I've been doing a lot of like precise line drawing lately. And it takes a lot of effort to like pick out and correct all of those little things.
Uh huh.
Um, but it's effort
Uh
that you
huh.
should be putting in if you're publishing the thing, whatever.
Uh huh. I just like it doesn't like it's a little shaky, which is fine, but it doesn't fully go down again on the left, and
Hmm.
that bothers me. I can't help but stare at it intently, and how his teeth line just sort of trails off, and I'm like, but what? But no, but just finish the line.
No,
Just no.
no.
It is cute though. Good, strong emote. You're right. The like inner line of the ear has like outside lining, and it's extremely strange looking.
Hmm.
They didn't have to do that. I don't think it would be a huge clarity issue. Um, but I mean, I'm not them. They can do what they want.
They sure can.
Cute. Next,
Next,
Ling
Ling 2, the third
2.
emote. Ling 2.
Da,
It's
da,
loading.
da, 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 da,
Da,
da,
da, da, da, da, da, da, da, da, da. Maybe it'll load by the time I'm done. Nope.
No.
Hey, can the emote load for me so I can say things about it? There we
I
go.
can send it to you on
Um,
Discord. Okay.
no, I got it. In this one, he's got gamer rage.
Uh-huh.
He's got gamer rage, and he's slamming his. At this one, he's not at his laptop; he's at his desktop. Um, and he's slamming his separate keyboard, which is separate from his desktop. He's got no pupils in his eyes because he's real mad. He's got a vein popping out. He's got angry eyebrows. He's got his one of his fists is repeated twice because of the repetitive movement he's doing with it. His ears are all the way up in rage. His
Uh-huh.
mouth is way open in rage. His sharp teeth are out in rage.
Uh-huh.
He rages,
He rages.
as a gamer does.
As a gamer does. Hashtag gamer rage. Um
Me fighting the fucking room in Queen's Gardens with enemy the enemy gauntlet in Queen's Gardens that I died to 15 times.
Uh-huh. We've been playing some Hollow Knight. Anyway, um first of all, um broad strokes, um solid emote. It
Mhm.
almost makes me upset, very slightly, for reasons that I can't. It's just like it's too angry. It makes me feel slightly scared,
Mhm.
which is fine. It's solidly
If you
conveying.
get this mad when playing mahjong,
Yeah.
I don't know what's you have to log off.
Uh-huh. Log out, loser.
Log
Um
out, loser.
that being said, this like they have sort of attempted to render this keyboard like at all in
Hmm.
a way that I think is a mistake because it doesn't make
Hmm.
any sense. I like on the right side of the image, you can
Hmm.
see, I guess, sort of the back of the keyboard, which is this lighter gray thing. But then on the left, the keyboard mysteriously turns towards you. And it's not just the table, because there's a clear sort of like texturing that looks like keys. And it's very
Hmm.
strange looking. This weird, like, Ouroboros keyboard. It's very strange looking. And I don't know why they did it like that, unless I'm drastically misinterpreting something.
No, it is like
But I don't know what this
fucking
texturing on the left could be if it wasn't supposed to be a
yeah.
keyboard.
You're not drastically misinterpreting. This image is drawn in a way that I don't fully comprehend
Yeah.
in terms of keyboard. This is a conscious choice that someone made to do it this way, and I don't understand why.
Uh huh.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I also, I think that the slam effects, which first of all look like they're from Super Mario Strikers,
They are.
are positioned in. This is not a real nitpick, really. Are positioned in such a way that it makes it look like he has rocket fists. Um,
He does.
as if he's my favorite archetype of video game boss, which is floating head and detached hands.
Hmm.
Um, and
He is an eye hand boss.
yeah, he isn't a classic eye hand boss, but like they've really like accidentally rendered this in such a way where it looks like the bang marks are rocket explosions coming from the back of his fists. And it's sort of funny to look at it and think this. And so
He's an eye hand boss.
he's an eye
In
hand
this emote,
boss.
he's an eye hand boss. Indignation.
Mm-hmm.
Ling 3.
Link 3.
It's you.
I'm aware. I'm working on
Okay.
it. In this one, he's suspicious. He's like sort of he's sort of on the right side of the frame, looking left with his head on a big tilt and his like eyes narrowed, and he's suspicious. He's got this sort of like film noir, like black background with a spotlight behind him. His ears are sort of like pointing the way he's looking, but a little bit perked as if he's listening. He's suspicious. What's going on over there?
What's going on here? Looks at you,
Looks at you.
but not looks at you with my big eyes. Just like looks at you. Hmm.
Uh-huh.
Squinting emoji. I really like this one. I think it conveys this particular feeling quite well, even if I can't fully name what that feeling is.
Uh-huh.
Um, this is, again, a thing that I would really enjoy using frequently in Riichi Mahjong. Um, to when someone discards something that I wasn't expecting them to. I'm like, hmm. Or when someone's discarding their draws over and over again, I'm like,
Uh-huh.
hmm,
Hmm.
not so sure about this one.
I'm not so sure about this one. Mm-hmm. I'm searching my brain for things to say about this one,
No, it's
and
just good.
I don't have much. So I'll let you speak for us.
No, it's just good.
Okay, it's just good.
That's all there is to say about this one.
Ling 4.
Link for the fifth emote um, is a
Uh-huh.
classic emote,
Uh-huh.
um, which I find myself not frequently using as an emoji, but seeing people use as an emoji when I occasionally look at the Mahjong Soul Discord server, um, which never gives me anything of use, but I do like to do it on occasion. But it's a really good one. I wish that I could just apply this to other characters, mix and match my emote loadout, so I could always
Uh-huh.
have Ricci deal in. Um, this is, of course, a reference to the classic sweating looking at two buttons internet meme. We love to use the internet guy to do an internet meme. It's good.
Uh-huh.
Um, it's so Ricci deal in sweating.
Uh-huh. It looks really good. They
Hmm.
well, here we go. It's time. It's that classic time, which is time to go check other languages on this thing that has English language on it. This is like one of the only times that they've done like hand lettering on one of these English emotes that we've seen.
Hmm.
Um and I don't know why that in is kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it's a little fucked up. Don't worry about it.
It's a little fucked up. Um oh, a lot of these other languages are actually like obviously scripts and not hand lettered, I think. Um but um it like it looks nice. It really pops. Um it's like oh my god, it won't let me change my language anymore. Ah,
No.
free me. Um it looks nice. It really pops. Um it like it's well done to be super readable. It's funny. The sweat drop on the hand is funny. Like
Hmm.
conveys the whole meme when you only have one panel of the two panel meme.
Hmm.
Um, it's just like nicely done. Just like a
Just a very well executed
well
thing. Yeah.
executed, well concepted, well executed. Um, cute.
Reach your deal in.
Reach your deal in.
Reach your deal in.
The joke is, of
I thought I,
course,
I thought I was gonna have more to say about this one, but
I
I
mean,
am stuck on
there's not
saying
much to
reach your
it.
deal in.
There's not much to it. Um, the joke, of course, is that both of these buttons do the same thing.
Yeah. Do I reach you and then deal in?
Sweat drop.
Sweat drop. Maybe I'll decide to deal in this time. Maybe I'll hit the deal in button instead of the reachy button, recreationally.
Just for fun.
You never know what it'll do until you press it.
Nope. Did you get it out of your
Link
system?
5.
Okay, you did. Um,
I don't want to talk about the points I lost.
um, in this one, he's swirly eyes. He's got swirly eyes, and he's got a big swirly coming off of his head.
He's dizzy.
He he looks harangued. He's dizzy. Um, I think that this one is like fine.
Boring. Not a crime. Um,
Not a crime. It does feel like particularly sort of not Ling. I feel like there's got to be a
mhm.
more Ling way that you can express sort of like
Like, I need this to be the Nanaha Onodera emote where she's like just like exhausted by book.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
And that would be
exactly.
that's what I want out of this. Instead he's just
Yeah.
busy,
Yeah, if he was like, you know,
exhausted by computer.
yeah, if he was like looking at his cryptocurrency rug pull that he just bought into, um, that would be something. But instead, he's just kind of like he's just like a guy who's doing this thing, and it's
Hmm.
fine. Like it's nice looking. Um, it's rendered well. They, but like meh, boring.
I,
Not a crime, but boring.
I don't remember what I was gonna say that he was exhausted by. Exhausted by mahjong, perhaps,
Mm-hmm.
on account of his famous hatred of mahjong.
So very funny.
He doesn't like it.
He doesn't like it.
I mean, on that level, it makes sense to give him this emote in which he's like, oh,
Uh huh.
but like, you know,
Uh huh.
that's all.
Uh huh.
Pessimism.
Pessimism. Ling
Link sixth,
6.
seventh emote. In this one, fan.
I think this is supposed to be a GPU?
Maybe.
I
I
think it.
don't. Here's my secret.
Uh huh.
I don't know shit about shit. I know how to repair my own computer, but my own computer is a laptop. It does not have an external, it does not have many things which are like components.
Yeah,
Um,
graphics cards are the ones that have these like built-in fans. I'll just send you a picture. It's a graphics
which
card.
I guess it does make sense. It's a very computer nerd thing to be horny for GPU.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
That's the thing that not entirely, but like you gotta get those new graphics.
you gotta get those new graphics, horny for GPU.
Horny for
Um,
GPU.
I do wonder what the utility of this is.
Uh huh.
Like, I've been back on my like, what do I use this for shit lately in this podcast. And like, I guess you use this for like, I don't know.
I have a big
I got a
hand
good,
bluffing. I got a
I
good
have a big
hand.
hand, I got a good tile,
Uh
but
huh.
like, I don't know. I got a good tile. Look at my
Look at my
my beautiful
GPU.
GPU,
Yeah, look at my new Nvidia.
my new RTX. Insert a number that sounds impressive here.
um, it is like incredibly horny.
It
Um,
is.
there are hornier emotes in this game, but like he's sweating, he's drooling. There's like
His hands are ready to grab.
it's really like he's flushed. It's really also
Hmm.
like the pink in the background that is
Hmm.
like that's not really like in his color scheme, but he's just like he's
Hmm.
so horny for GPU.
I do find this very charming.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's just, it's stupid.
Uh-huh.
It's more profoundly stupid than like Nanaha Onodera horny for book because she's reading erotica.
Yeah.
He's ordering a new NVIDIA GeForce RTX
Insert number.
10,000.
Ooh. 10,000. I actually don't know
I
if
know
that's
that's
still
more than I know
impressive.
that's more than the numbers that they have.
That they're getting there.
Yeah. If you're listening to this in the future and you have more than an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 10,000, pretend it's something you haven't even heard of yet.
If you're listening to this in the future and they've gotten to the 10,000 and they've just kept making the number big instead of like
Instead of
using a
making
new
something other than
system.
NVIDIA RTX GeForce.
Yeah, instead of using a new system, that isn't just an infinitely rising number, then I'm sorry that that's the future. It's stupid.
If you're listening to this in the future, hello?
I'm sorry.
Hello, are you out there? If you're listening to this in the future, send me a Tumblr ask. Please.
Ash, I don't know what you're on about.
Whatever.
Okay, that's fine.
Just send me a Tumblr ask.
Yeah. Anyway, you're right. It's good. It's so much. Like, oh my god, it's
It's
got so many
useless and
action
silly
lines
and
and
exists for this
glowing
weird
and
purpose only.
background, and he has so much
Yeah.
detail. Like, they've really stuck everything into this one. Um, the whoever drew this was extremely enthusiastic about this concept, and I
hmm
cannot help but be enthused by that. Horny for GPU.
Ling 7.
Ling 7. It's a blue screen.
Oh,
It's got a big frowny face, and then some
yeah.
text that you can't read.
Yeah.
You've been blue screened.
You don't even have to look at it in other languages.
No, it's just fake, fake letters.
I
Um,
also think that this emote is quite charming. I
yeah, I
think that they
really
should
like
do
this
more
one.
emotes in general that just like don't show the guy at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, I mean, I always enjoyed like animal companion characters.
hmm Your
When they,
various bird emotes.
yeah, when they emotes that are just the animal companion, and it's like that's good. And I guess this is sort of Ling's animal companion, his computer.
The
Um,
pewter, yeah.
I I like how it's like specifically like the Windows 10 blue screen.
Yeah.
Very specifically. That's funny to me for reasons that I can't accurately. They just picked a moment in which the blue screen had this big frowny face on it, which it did
hmm
not used to have. This is charming to me for reasons that I cannot adequately express. Um, but like I feel like this is very good. It's very flexible. You can blue screen yourself. You can blue screen other people. Um, it deeply stands out because nothing else in the entire game looks like this. It's good.
hmm It's very good.
I like
I
his. Yeah, sorry.
truly I have no notes on this. You don't need to put text on it. I love that they selected the Windows 10 one that has an extremely like recognizable thing on it.
Uh huh.
Um, but still like obviously a BSOD. Um, yeah,
Cute.
cute, very cute. Ling 8, the
Ling
final
8.
emote of the base set, the ninth emote. In this one, his ears are perked up. He's got exclamation point, but they haven't been put as a caption on the image in emoji form, which is fucked up. His mouth is an isosceles triangle. His eyes are two big old circles, white circles with various black lines around them. He's got a yellow starburst going out behind him. He's amazed and shocked. And honestly, I feel like this image has more of a connotation of excitement than it does of terror, just because of the like yellow
Uh huh.
background
Yeah,
color.
absolutely. I just like in this emote that they let him be a cat boy. I
hmm
feel like with Ling, they're sort of cowards as to whether or not he's a cat boy. Like he has this cat hoodie, and he's sort of cat like, but he's not a cat boy unless. Um but like in this one, he's obviously a cat. He's like big eyes, alert ears at a thing. And I think it's very good actually that you sort of can't tell if he's alarmed or like, you know, interested. He's just like something has caught his attention so much and he's a cat boy. Um
I have, hey
just
everybody, This joke is for Kit and Kit only. If you're not Kit, you can stop listening right now.
Don't do that.
Three, two,
Ash.
one. Kit only joke initiate. I keep looking at this emote, and for no particular reason, I have Catboy Discourse stuck in my head to the tune of Black Rock Shooter.
Catboy Discourse.
Catboy Discourse.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I don't know. The reason I have this stuck in my head is only because, like, it's only because of Kit.
Uh-huh.
Regular people, you can tune back in 3, 2, 1 now.
You can just tell people to stop listening to the podcast.
The suspicious dip in listenership on the YouTube when people weren't listening to the episode.
People, you know that like Catboy. I know that there's more depth behind it, but like Catboy Discourse is like an innately funny phrase. It's not like only funny to you and Kit.
I only have this stuck in my head because Kit is Catboy Discourse.
Well, you just don't have to. Like. It's fine.
This joke is only for Kit and no one else.
Everyone else get
Hey,
fucked.
you aren't even supposed to be listening. You were supposed to take out your headphones.
Yeah, go outside. It's spring. It's nice out. Go outside.
This podcast is just for me and Kit now. Everybody else do something better and more engaging with your lives.
Okay. Bye.
Jesus.
I guess I'll go then.
Bye.
Catboy Discourse. And then we cut to break.
男のスマホに美少女ゲーが入ってるくらい普通だろ。課金すれば愛情が手に入るし、いろいろ気を使わなくていいから便利。何？二次元が好きなだけで、そんなクズを見るような目で見なくても。
It would be a good way to go.
Uh-huh.
I would happily die of baklava poisoning.
Baklava
To be honest, even 18 even 18 baklava is like a couple days worth of baklava.
Yeah, you gotta split that with someone else. Come on.
Yeah.
Give some to Moki.
Oh God. Creating a monster. I refuse to give the cats any human food because they will become like beasts.
You're using words like beast and monster as if they aren't that already.
Well, they are, but they would get so much worse. It's currently I'm in a place with the cats where I can sit down and eat a chicken pot pie next to them and they won't try to steal it from me. And I need to preserve that peace.
Sounds like it's just about the only peace that you have.
In this household, yes. I'm shocked. I have the door closed right now so that I can't have cat interruptions. I'm shocked that Moki has not been like clawing at it trying to get in. She's torn up a significant amount of the carpet outside of my door trying to get into my room before.
That's no good.
No good. Any payments that we have to make due to damages to the apartment will not be on my head. I refuse.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I'm glad you didn't say your roommate's name there, because welcome back.
Welcome back.
Good
no,
luck.
I was fully aware of the fact that this was all going into the cold open.
Yeah. Cat stories.
How much of it is going into the cold open is your discretion.
Once it starts being good. That's generally my. Generally,
5 minutes of me talking about baklava.
I did end up putting in like fully like almost our whole very long conversation about Sword Art Online, because I was just like, all of this is important context. I think
as a log of our relationship, yeah. It's important for this podcast to be a good log of our relationship. It has to include my detailed opinions about Sword Art Online.
Yeah, and how there are parts that are not bad,
hmm
which doesn't mean there are parts that are good.
It's like Fate Khalid Liner Prisma Star Ilia leaked the Nameless Girl.
I mean, that's
I think Fate Khalid Liner Prisma Star Ilia leaked the Nameless Girl is of about equivalent quality to the first part of Sword Art Online Season 2.
I the first part of Sword Art Online season 2. That's fine. I thought you
I think I'm right about this.
at first I thought you were referencing a more boring part of Sword Art Online. And then I was like, no, but that's
No,
about
no, no, no,
right.
no. A part that I think is like decent, but like not at the level of good.
Uh-huh.
A part that I would describe as not bad.
Uh-huh.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Um
Available after making a bonding promise with
with I
mouthful of baklava.
I'm done my baklava. Shut the fuck up.
Sorry, I'm thinking about it.
Um I you've really like in just like a few short sentences before we started, you've really convinced me to not like this image.
Yeah,
It's just like
it's rough.
so there's like you know there's kind of like a there's kind of like a fun there's a fun sort of like getting to know this guy arc here, which is like
hmm
the reverse of the usual thing in a fun way, where it's like you see him in his going out outfit, but in his Bond up outfit, he's not wearing like a fancier outfit or anything. You've just been let
hmm
into his like awful little hacker den,
His gamer
aka the
pad.
floor. He's not even
hmm
sitting on these cushions. It really bothers me.
They're back support. It's important.
That's he's not being supported. He's leaning forward.
Back support. It's important.
I guess so. Um and like, you get to watch him do some hacker shit. That's all well and good. I do like these Catboy soda cans. Catboy
Oh,
soda.
soda. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Um
He's got Catboy soda. He's got Catboy like theme on his
I was gonna say the cat themed like window skin on his big
mhm.
monitor is
His
quite
big
good.
monitor, which has like a visual code interface on it,
Uh-huh.
but also a little cat window that says compile success.
Ash, did you notice that his computer has cat-shaped exhaust vents and a cat-shaped
Wait.
power button?
Oh my God. He
Uh-huh.
also, I think, I'm zooming in, has some kind of Nyan cat on his like on his leftmost little tablet case thing.
Oh yeah, totally. I I
It's
I
hard to tell.
I find this tablet thing really really funny also because like the two big monitors are relatively they're not realistic, but they're like they
They're
almost
decent.
kind of look like real computing. But this like password plug in a password interface is the kind of thing that would show up in like a video game cutscene, you know?
hmm
It's just kind of like weirdly on a different level than everything else.
But I
Um
do really like I used to have one of these like tablet keyboard shell cases.
mm,
I still have a lot of fondness for it. I have a tablet case currently, but it doesn't have this little attached keyboard. Um I'm very fond of these little things. They're very amusing to me.
Uh-huh.
Um, and like honestly, this whole setup is pretty reasonable, except for the giant, chunky, like right 90-degree angle wires that are
Uh-huh.
connecting all of the
They're
pieces of it,
so chunky.
which are just like nothing.
Uh-huh.
Also the giant, like, what even is that? Giant USB-C cable that's
Uh-huh.
as thick as your
That's
as
uh
thick
that's
as three fingers.
that's an HDMI cable, right? It's got that distinct sort of
I
angular
guess
head.
it I guess it is. I'm just not used to an HDMI cable having such a thick, like, um, what would you even call that? A thick part of it that isn't the plug but comes out from the wire, and then just a little part of it that is the plug, which is why I said USB-C.
Uh-huh. Um what's really funny to me is how like cheated to the camera all of this is to an
Mm-hmm.
extreme degree. I don't know how he's interfacing with the main computer, maybe via the tablet, question mark,
Mm-hmm.
but he has to pivot so much to look at all these
Mm-hmm.
screens, and it's
Yeah,
like
if your control schema is anywhere here, like it's just not typing on that keyboard. You are facing away from the monitor with your weird little line graph on it.
yeah, I guess I could see it if he pivoted 180 and then put the little tablet laptop in front of him, that would be
Mm-hmm.
sort of reasonable. But as it
Mm-hmm.
is, it's like it's genuinely like a well-framed image. This is kind of a bullshit um, you know, but it's not this is not like a real hacker setup.
No, no,
Like
no, no.
this setup sucks ass even for this guy who sucks ass.
Oh,
You know?
his little Catboy sodas also have little dice on the bottom.
Oh,
Look at that.
his custom
They're
soda.
his.
His custom bisexual sodas.
His custom bisexual sodas. Anyway, it's da-da-da-da-da. This is a really well drawn and well composed image, I think. I love the way the fabric lies. I just like the way that he's drawn. He looks like a real guy.
Uh-huh.
Um, and like you were saying, it's all very cheated to the camera, but the amount to which you can see all of the decorations in this image, nothing is hidden from you. It's all there. It's all quite detailed. It's all quite pretty. Um, I like it a lot. The reason why this image is distasteful is just because it's like so deeply a sort of like your little guy who can't take care of himself in a vulnerable position, you know,
Yeah.
ready to be exploited.
Yeah. He's like ah.
And it sucks because it's a really good image, but it's just kind of like a poisoned idea.
Uh-huh. I like agree with you that he's drawn well, but the way that he's drawn just like set off my alarm bells to like an extreme degree. Um
Hmm.
where he's sort of like he's just like incredibly like yaoified, by which I
Hmm.
literally mean like sexualized. Um
Hmm.
in that like he sort of has everything all at once in a way
Hmm.
that I don't like. Like he's muscly, but he's also scrawny.
Hmm.
He looks kind of like old and mature, but he also looks young. I can go into the details of like specific things that are flagging these specific things. Um,
Hmm.
like he's like you know he's showing off like just enough for it to be provocative, um without with well very carefully sort of feeling like it tries to toe that line, which again is
Hmm.
weird because they sort of don't do this with the girl. They don't try not to toe that line as much with the girls, but
Hmm.
it is like I Yeah. He is very vulnerable. You have him trapped in a corner. He's very like I his eyes feel very sharp in the first image. He's very glassy eyed in this
Mm-hmm.
one, and like
He doesn't look
blank.
comfortable or like, pleased in any way. It's like this is kind of the thing in an ideal world, and I know that there are people out there who have bonded up this character and use this image for this purpose. This is like a this is an extremely like hashtag me kind of image. In an ideal world. Like this is what I look like when I'm playing Mahjong Soul.
Uh-huh.
Sitting unhappily in my nest
I
of
mean, I mean,
monitors.
you have no idea because I've been just sick for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Mm-hmm.
My like setup around my couch basically looks like this, like all the
Mm-hmm.
garbage and random papers and random pillows included. Um, it's just like, but like the fact that that's what. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but the fact that the fact that this sort of like base like vulnerability and kind of like not put together is the thing that you get out of the bond up is like
Mm-hmm.
ugh.
You're not trying to make him better or happier in any way. You just kind of get access to his space that's covered in candy wrappers and empty soda cans, in which he looks at you like this.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, ugh,
Yeah.
ugh. It's a really well drawn image.
It is. And it's like
Like, I
it's
don't want to take that away from it because it really is.
no, yeah, and it has a lot of like the it has a lot of the
It has a
things
ton
that
of character. I think that this like, kind of patchy background is rarely done better than this, where you have the individual little floorboards
mhm.
making this little area. Like we said, it's all very well composed. The way that the pattern on his shirt morphs with the fabric is very skillful. Um, it's
Yeah.
like, the colors and tones of everything are very, very nice. I love the thick ends of his sweater. It's a thing I would like to wear. If it didn't
Mhm.
have such a deep V-neck, I would really like to wear it.
Uh-huh.
Um, I need it to be like I need it to have a nice, like, normal crew collar, and then I'll be happy.
Uh-huh.
You know, you know how
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
You know how it is with images.
Yeah. You know how it is with images. It's just like kind of icky. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
I just
It's important to understand that it's kind of icky.
yeah, I mean, I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna go into this too much, but I'm just like,
Mm.
it, it's just like a different way. Again, famously in this game is Ryan, who's the boy that they sexualize like a girl. Um,
Hmm.
we'll get there someday.
We'll get
Um,
there.
but it's this like, it, it's this like very particular way that they like different way that they sexualize teenage boys that is like equally icky but can sort of fly under a lot of people's radars.
Hmm.
Um and I'm just like I really don't like it.
Hmm.
I feel compelled to talk about it because of that, which is maybe unfair
Yeah.
to this image.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I do like the emotes though, because you can use the emotes and have the normal non-bond up image on and just get access to like I said, hashtag
Uh-huh.
me playing Mahjong Soul.
Uh-huh. I wish that he had expression on his face. I don't anyway.
Yeah,
Ah, freaky. Anyway,
freaky.
emotes. Are these in order?
Yes,
Yes.
they
It's
fixed the
Ling one
website.
zero. He's drinking a soda. He has a big dark thing behind his eyes.
Cowboy soda. Da, da,
Cowboy
da, da.
soda. He has a big dark circle in the. He's like. I mean, he always has bags under his eyes. They really, really do the bags under the eyes, like in the emotes, more than they do in the main art. But it's an
Which is
emote.
good, I think.
Yeah, but like the bags under his eyes are really big. His hair is all messy. He's exhausted. He looks like he's about to pass out. This soda is his last resort.
Yeah. This is not hashtag me playing Mahjong Soul because I famously am hard anti-energy drink.
Uh-huh.
I drink a lot of coffee at this point in my life, more than I wish I did.
Uh-huh.
But I still refuse to lay hands on a Red Bull. And so this is not me up in the middle of the night playing Mahjong Soul or working on my programming final, I guess. I don't do this. I'm a humanities student. This is just not me. This won't be me finishing my art history paper.
Uh-huh.
I'll be making do with that shit on water.
Uh-huh.
God's life-giving water.
Uh-huh.
But it is a good emote. I like how completely strung out he is.
Yeah, it's good.
I like this. Here's my very specific use case for this. There's many use cases for this, obviously, but I need this to go along with all of the other emotes of people drinking beverages. Like, not a Chico, let's have a beer together, and it's this.
I know. There's like a tropical drink tag for whatever reason, but there's no just like drink tag.
Drink.
Sad.
I need it to be like not a Chico cheers, and then you respond to it with the saddest sipping of your soda. And it's like, that's me playing Mahjong Soul.
Uh-huh.
Those are my feelings about this one. I like it a lot.
Uh-huh.
Ling 1-1, the second Bond up emote. He's scared.
He's very scared.
Oh no. Oh no, oh god. I don't understand this emote. Like on a basic level. Like, it does make me go, oh no, oh god. But like, why? Why is he in his futon all scared?
Uh-huh.
Why is he under his blanket all scared? What is is he scared of the dark? What is he scared of? Why isn't he asleep? What is making him go like, whoa, this has no context.
Uh-huh.
This isn't part of his character. It's not a part of the Bond-up image. It's not a part of any image.
Uh-huh.
He's just scared. He's not scared of a thing that's relevant to his character. He's just scared.
Uh-huh.
This is not me when I'm playing Mahjong Soul. Why would they do this?
I don't know why you fixated on this framing, but I'm just gonna let you run with it. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like something about this one is like, it feels like it's a panel in a webcomic for reasons I'm gonna do my best. Something about like these weirdly just like extremely messy hands. They're so, look at these potato hands. What's going on with these? Why didn't you just make them like an all uniform or anything? Why didn't you make them anything? And then he has like these weird big black outlined eyes, and it's just like, it's such a weird look. His futon that he's in is so big. He looks like a big slug. He's using Shape of Un. Like,
why is he scared of Shape of Un? Shape of Un makes you so fast.
He's at 1 health and he wants to not die to Soul Master.
You'll be okay. You're fast and you're focusing soul.
Yeah, also it's Soul Master.
It's Soul Master,
You're the superior cat boy.
You're the superior cat boy. Bitch.
Anyway, I don't
get it.
It's just like it it's just drawn slightly weirdly. largely his emotes have been pretty consistent. This one just feels drawn weirdly for reasons that I don't understand. It feels like it hits a particular style, and I don't know why it hits that. And so it like ends up just like what, like why is this like there's something. I don't know how to explain it. It just looks very odd. Very odd. I don't know why he's doing this. Don't know.
Boy futon.
Uh-huh. By the end of the episode, we gotta figure out one of these. This is gonna be the episode title. It's probably gonna be Soda. I think Soda is strong.
Catboy Soda. It's the thing is that writing Catboy Soda as the episode title doesn't convey how I feel about Catboy Soda. Or how I'm saying it more accurately, but it's okay. I understand.
How soon am I gonna get if I put Black Rock Shooter in the show?
Not very. It's like 10 years old.
That's not. I'll figure it out.
It's more than 10 years old.
Anyway, weird emote.
Weird emote. I don't even mind it. It's just like, and sometimes I don't mind it when they put characters into situations they really wouldn't be in. It's just that this one is so, like, particular and meaningless. Just don't know what to do with it. Particular and meaningless is what they called me in high school.
Ling 12.
Ling 1-2, the third Bond up email.
Thank you. He spilled coffee on his laptop.
No!
I think
that his laptop!
I think that this one is kind of brilliant, actually. Just because of, like, how... I feel like this is a reference to a specific meme, but I can't pull it up in my head right now.
I don't know.
But just, like, the fact that... One, his back is turned to the camera. And he's just not emoting at all. Like, there's no emote marker. He's not, like, emoting with his hands or his posture or anything. He's just sort of looking almost distantly at this ruined laptop. I think it's really strong, actually. Just, like, that blank space is really, really strong. That, like, lack of emotion itself, I think, is really strong. This is like, you know, it's rendered really, really clearly. You can see the coffee. We got these big lightning bolts. I think they've done this screen flipping out in a really good way. This like trail of smoke going up. Just think this emote is really good, actually. Like really conveys like a clear but somewhat complex thing really efficiently and in a compelling way. Fond of it.
I wanna... This is meaningless, and I need you all to know that before I say it. It's not a real criticism, because it's meaningless, and it's not real. But earlier he was drinking coffee out of a mug, and now he has a little takeout cup.
Fuck.
His little takeout cup.
He's not allowed to go to Starbucks?
But he had... Mug.
He's not allowed to go to Starbucks?
Ivy, mug!
Uh-huh.
Mug.
Ash, do you drink coffee out of mugs and also takeout cups?
I drink coffee only out of takeout cups because I don't have a coffee machine. I'm internally consistent, bitch.
Okay. All right. Whatever you say.
Meow meow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I have nothing else to say about this one.
Okay, great. Yet another character in which, like, I'm especially like poignant because he is so sad in his bond up. But yet another character where like for bonding up them, you get only sad emotes.
Mm-hmm.
Only
You've
extra
made
ways
him
to
sadder.
express distress.
You've made him sadder.
You have made him sadder. He like didn't have that many ways to express joy in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's worse.
And now it's worse.
Playful
And that
summertime.
is your fault. Playful summertime.
Uh-huh.
This image is so fucking funny.
Incredibly drawn by a different artist.
Wait. Oh, I thought it had an artist listed.
No, the style is just
saying
completely different.
Yeah. You're correct. You can see it mostly in the way that they draw his like muscles and things.
Uh-huh.
It's like totally different.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, many questions about this image. Which, by the way, I'd like to say, rules. He's not at the beach. He's at home. There's a ceiling fan. But he is in an inflatable kiddie pool. Inside, there's a ceiling fan. He is. I'm not even going to get to what he's wearing right now. He's got 2 empty soda cans on the ground. He's got a bunch of popsicles and bottled Coca-Cola with little cats on them in a cooler. Catacola. And he has a TM tropical drink TM. But he has the Coke poured into a glass and the tropical drink in a glass. He has 2 slices of watermelon. He's got his tablet on the edge of this inflatable kiddie pool. Bad idea. He's got a hose which is running into the kiddie pool, presumably filling it with more water. Why? He has his laptop as well, showing, I guess, a lock screen. He's holding a little, like, handheld fan because he's hot. Is his AC broken? He's inside. He's wearing a necklace with a Ricci stick on it. Cute. He's eating a popsicle?
Yes, there are other popsicles in the freezer. You missed those.
No, I saw the popsicles in the cooler.
Oh, he isn't. But he's holding it from the back with his teeth.
Yeah, like what is... I'm not sure that's a popsicle. Anyway, I don't know what else it would be, but I'm not sure what it is. He has an anklet for no reason. Hello, Bond Up. He also has a gold bracelet with another Ricci stick on it for no reason. Hello, Bond Up. He also has a wrist warmer. And then he has 2 layered trunks. This plastic-y, don't worry about it.
Okay, I'll just let you riff. Sorry.
He has 2 layered trunks. He has this little plasticky like vest, sleeveless jacket thing, with little string ties that I assume would get wet and be weird. And then like, is that just a towel over his head that has cat ears? Because my main thing is he has hair coming out from behind it, so it isn't a hood.
Oh. Huh. You know, okay, so, like, am I allowed to talk now?
Yes.
So, like, wearable towels are a thing. These towels that, like, are shaped so that you can put it, like, over your head and wear it like a little cape. That's a thing. This cat one is very strange. It's very short, and you're right, there's a weird hole in the back of the head that I don't know why it's there. Odd. Very strange.
Very.
Huh. This image is so, like, glistening. Everything in it is glistening. It's like, it's really weird to look at. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I wish I hadn't zoomed in on this image ever. Um, because largely I thought that it was like mostly probably fine asterisk. But just like something about the lollipop clenched in his teeth while he's like sweating profusely. Sorry, what is, the ice lolly. I can't think of the
Mm-hmm.
normal American way to say that.
Popsicle?
Popsicle, thank you. The ice lolly clenched in his teeth while he's like sweating profusely down his face and also his chest is like it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It also like it's just like it's an image that just makes you uncomfortable in so many ways. One, he's sort of uncomfortable to look at. He doesn't look very comfortable. Like this
Mm-hmm.
setup doesn't seem to be working for him.
I here's it's fucked up. He's in a pool inside with
Uh-huh.
lots of cold drinks and a fan. But he has a ceiling fan above him
Uh-huh.
that isn't running.
Uh-huh.
He's so sweaty.
Uh-huh.
He's so hot.
Yeah. And then
Why?
everything is so precarious. This laptop is about to fall in, the tablet is about to fall in. Like, this tray of drinks freaks me out so much. I don't even understand how that's balancing on there. Um, it's just like, whoa. And then everything is textured so glistening and shiny and ah, freak image.
I This image is insane, and I really respect how insane it is as a choice. Like,
Uh-huh.
it would be so much easier to just put him on the beach and have him be, like, uncomfortable. But
Sure.
instead, they put him in his house with, like, an absurd, insane setup so that he could be in, like, swim trunks in the pool,
Uh-huh. But still in his hacker den.
but still in his hack pad.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah,
I
yeah,
respect
yeah.
that a lot. I
Yeah.
respect the framing of this immensely.
Uh-huh.
It's so fucking weird.
Uh-huh.
I'm like obsessed with this image personally.
Uh-huh.
It's so fucking weird. A weird little thing that I like about this image. I do like how the water is rendered quite a lot. There's a lot of neat little details in just how it's lit.
Uh-huh.
Um and I
Oh yeah, the
also like the
ripples
way
are
that
really
the
nice.
cast shadows are. I like that his hand holding the fan casts a visible shadow onto his computer. I just like the consistent like source of light and cast shadows in this image. It's very well done,
Uh-huh.
just as a whole. Also, I've been watching the anime uh Kowloon Generic Romance. Um and he has two slices of watermelon next to him, and it makes me think about the anime Kowloon Generic Romance, which is heavily features eating two slices of watermelon. So I appreciate that. Also, he has a rubber duck in there.
He does. Hanging out.
Why?
I yeah. Why wouldn't he?
I don't know. I just think of rubber ducks as being a thing for bathing, not for swimming.
I mean, he's at home. So if you're
But he's
gonna set
not
up
bathing.
your insane pool setup, you have no reason not to go get the rubber duck.
I guess this is a question of what is bathing really? We
Uh-huh.
don't have to acknowledge the cat thing in the floaty. It's meaningless and contributes nothing to the image.
Uh-huh.
Um,
I do like how it's sleeping and also the thing it's floating on is sleeping. I do think that's cute.
yeah, it's a little cute, but it contributes nothing to the image and doesn't have to be there.
Uh-huh.
I wish his soda cans would Catboy Soda branded.
I know.
It's just a missed opportunity.
he gets Catboy Coca-Cola, but like that was
Hmm.
weirdly that was one of the immediate things that I was like, oh, this is a different artist. I mean, aside from the fact that it looks
Catboy Cola.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. It won't not be funny to me, which is fucked up.
Yeah. Aside from the fact that it looks completely different, the fact that they didn't stick with the cat voice soda is like tragic. I mean, I like the cat colas. Like, don't get me wrong. But like, just go all the way. Just if you're gonna have cans, just make them the cat voice soda. I don't understand what the problem is.
I do like his outfit quote for this, which is, "If I want to play with water, I'd rather do that at home. This way I won't get sunburned or need to engage in unnecessary social interactions." And then we don't have to read the rest of it because it weirds me out. Um,
Uh-huh.
but he'd rather play with water at home.
Uh-huh.
Thus, he has a kiddie pool that he inflates inside.
Uh-huh. I just want to like I want to understand like what his system is for turning the hose on and off cuz it like see like many things in this image it seems precarious.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have a system for it. Like, you would want to periodically replace the water in your indoor pool
Right, which I
with
guess is
cold
just sort of,
water.
as we can see in the bottom left of the image, is just sort of sloshing all over your bedroom floor? Question mark?
Yeah, I guess. Or probably your bathroom floor.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
He's got like a little bit of like a bath mat thing going on.
Sure, but like he's gonna fit this into a bathroom? Anyway,
Yeah. Depends on how fancy his hacker pad is.
just take a bath.
You want to periodically replace the water in your indoor pool so that it's cold.
Uh-huh.
Or
Wait,
at least cool.
No, this is not in the bath. Hang on. Challenging you on this for no reason. This is not in the
It's
bathroom.
a ceiling fan.
I mean, bathrooms can have ceiling fans, but well, it would also have ventilation. But that's not my hard evidence. Hold it.
Okay.
My hard evidence is that if he was in the bathroom, he would just fill the pool like using the water in the bathroom. He wouldn't need to like pull out the hose. He's got to be in a different room that is closer to the hose than it is to the bathroom.
I disagree with you. Objection. When I'm filling here's what's up. When I'm filling the humidifiers at work, we take a hose from the faucet in the costume shop and we put the hose into the humidifier, jug, and fill it like that instead of just filling it from the faucet because it's easier. Even though we have a big long hose we don't need it for length. We need it for like ease of being able to direct the water stream. You do this so that you affix the hose to the faucet in your bathtub and then you run the water from that faucet through the hose to the pool so you can dynamically replace the water.
Fine.
Without having to put your pool underneath the faucet.
Fine.
I'm right, thank you.
Sure, I'll concede.
So in the emote, he fucking dies.
He does fucking die.
It's tagged swimsuit and despair. Which, like, fuck, dude, it sure is.
Uh-huh. I do like that his little cat ears are part of his skeleton here.
Yes.
Very good. Genuinely like a great emote. Great sort of like Kirby game getting hit by lightning kind of shit. The big X on the skull is great. The fan flying off as it's still like blowing its little streamers. It's fucking great. I like that they don't. I looked at this and I was like, what thing fell in the pool? I like that they don't include this because it wouldn't add anything really. Death by laptop.
Death by laptop. L.
L. Good emote.
Honestly, a massive L.
It's a normal size laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Normal sized L.
I understood.
Well,
I just didn't acknowledge it because I didn't think it was a very good joke.
Wow. I'm sorry for being confrontational. We can go back to being normal before we do numbers.
Meow meow meow.
Meow 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 meow. Meow meow purr.
Meow meow purr. That's Ling.
That's Ling. I had no expectations coming into this episode, and I came out disliking Ling, which is sort of a shame.
I had expectations coming into this episode, as one can infer from the previous episode, in which I had a reaction to this and Ivy didn't.
I just never looked at him except for his default outfit, really.
I do think, despite the fact that, like, the obvious problems, I do think that he has probably the most, or some of the most, like, obvious and well-executed personality of the male characters in this game.
Oh, absolutely.
There's so many boring-ass men, and this is not a boring-ass man.
No,
He's a guy. He's a real guy.
Yeah, his character's conveyed very, very clearly, in a very pleasing way. I just, yeah. I agree with you. I just had kind of a bad time doing this episode. Not in like that way. I always enjoy recording the podcast. I just like,
Mm-hmm. He does have two good tweet illustrations. Which is to say not the one where Ichihime is eating pizza, because he's really just a background element in that one. But the him versus Ranze tweet, or not the tweet illustration, decoration, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the him versus Ranze decoration, and then the decoration with all of the men and the fireworks, which this illustration as a whole I have feelings about, but I do like him in this illustration, because it's just sort of the context of him getting, like, being a weirdly unwilling part of this strange interaction is amusing to me.
Also, his Catboy-themed Nintendo Switch.
His Catboy-themed Nintendo Switch is very, very, very good.
I will call out his, like, sort of release illustration, Undercover Operation, in which, like, his little tete-a-tete with Ransei. I really like the composition on this image. I think it's very clear. I think both of them look great. Like, he's much more in the background, but, like, he's so expressive in this. His, like, hunched over pose. I love his stupid Catboy portal camera. Great little visual reference. I really like this image a lot.
The tweet illustration, actual tweet illustration, not a decoration, in which he's playing mahjong with some of the girls in their summer outfits. First of all, features the fact that his thing is in fact a towel over his head with cat ears, which is fucked up.
Oh yeah, you can see
and
the
fact
hole
that he has
in the back of
the
it.
Steam page for Mahjong Soul on his laptop.
Oh, also he's just one with 13 orphans, of course.
He has just one with 13 orphans.
I'm looking
and
at
he has the Steam page for Mahjong Soul open on his
Miki's
laptop.
hand. Is she in 10?
I thought you were saying that you were looking at her actual hand, and I was like, stop doing that. It's really, really scary.
Oh, I'm looking at her mahjong hand. Is she... She's like one away? She's one away, but it's a weird one away. Anyway, doesn't matter. Things that don't matter. Numbers matter a great deal. What are the numbers? Cute.
What are the numbers?
Well, that's what we're here to find out.
We sure are.
So, numbers. Cute. I think considering, he does hate everyone.
Yeah, he does hate you.
He does hate you.
I don't think he's very cute.
I don't think he's
like,
very
other than
cute.
being a cat boy.
He's got some...
Which is inherently cute.
He's got some cute emotes, but emotes are always cute. They're emotes. I think he's, like, more than a 0. He's got some weirdo cuteness to him.
The
I
fact
think
that he's a cat boy is more than incidental, but I am reluctant to give him a 2. I think it's too high.
I don't know. I think that playful summertime is like just this like idea of like I want this summer experience, so I'm gonna build this extremely elaborate and stupid and dangerous setup to be in a pool inside my own house.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cute.
It is kind of cute.
But I could go with a 1 if that's what you're feeling.
I think he's a
I could
1.
go with a 1 or a 2. So if you think it's a 1, I'm happy with a 1. 1 cute.
I think it's a 1. 1 cute. Appeal.
Appealing. Well, he doesn't hate you.
He just hate you.
And also like women.
He hates you. I don't know if he has like any appeal.
Uh-huh.
I'm struggling to find an appeal point in which he's like, and here he would be fun to hang out with, or nice to you, or like sexy, or anything.
No. I I'm comfortable giving him a 0 appeal.
0 appeal.
I think that's sort of what he wants. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So we might as well give it to him.
I have to be respectful of his 0 appeal, if others will not be.
Yeah, exactly. And then Kinsey.
Kinsey.
Hmm.
Hmm. This one's complicated.
Uh-huh. I have some thoughts, but I'd kind of like you to start. I don't know if that's fair
Hmm.
to ask.
No, I'm thinking about it. Here's my thing.
Uh-huh.
Is I don't my instinct is that he's straight.
Yeah, that's okay. So we're roughly on the same page.
We're roughly on the same
I
page.
think he's pretty straight.
I think he's pretty straight. I don't know if he's like 0 straight, but
Uh-huh.
he's pretty straight. I was just thinking like my first, and I think this is a reasonable first instinct. My first instinct was like, is he an X? And then my second thought was, I don't want to give him an X because this is a character archetype that gets sort of like just sort of gets that a lot, and I think it's boring and not
I don't think that he's an X.
no.
I
I
think
just
that
think this
like
is like a type that I'm not willing to play into.
I just don't think that it's
It's also
true.
not true because he has hot women on his phone.
He has hot women on his phone. He like he talks about the concept of dating even in his non actually he doesn't really talk about dating in his bond up lines. Um I just think he's just like, you know, I just think that he's like a mostly straight guy. I could
Hmm.
comfortably I mean if you want to give him a 0,
No, I don't
I'm
really
feeling
want
a
to.
1.
I'm also feeling a 1.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm experimenting with like, oh, but what if he was a 2 and he was a little bit more like, but
Nah.
like, no, I don't think so.
I think he
I
has to
think
meet
it,
more people before he gets to be a 2. And I don't really know what I
yeah.
mean by that, but
No, you're right.
he's just like he feels so hyper exposed to like, you know, het internet culture that it's
Hmm.
that's just kind of like
He's in part a 1 because he's like deeply online and shitty about it by default.
uh-huh. I think there's some more complicated stuff going on under the surface, maybe. But like for where he's at, I think he's a 1.
He's a
Is
1.
that a
So 101.
101? Extremely funny numbers.
Extremely funny numbers. I love it
I
when numbers are not a measure of quality.
They're absolutely not a measure of quality. I think giving him numbers made me like him more, which happens a lot.
Which
Um,
happens a lot, yeah.
the being a 101 is just like makes you an extremely amusing person. Um,
hmm
honestly, I think that
People, if
like
you out there are a 101, you're an extremely amusing person.
great. Um, I
Be
think
willing to give yourself those numbers, okay? It's not a measure of quality.
I think that there's like I do genuinely also think that there's like branching timelines, you know, they're very close to our timeline.
hmm
I think he could have ended up being a 000. Um like absolutely.
Yeah.
We sort of pushed up to 1 on both Cute
hmm
and Kinsey, and we could have gone 000, but
I
I'm sticking by
stand
it.
by it, though. I stand by
I'm
it.
staying by it. Great. And that's the episode.
And that's the episode.
Um Ash, we have some things to discuss.
Oh, fuck.
Um next episode, um we aren't recording on exactly my birthday like we were last year. Um
hmm
I mean we could, but we have other plans on my birthday. Um
hmm
but it is nominally my birthday episode, which I guess is a thing. Um
hmm
and I do have a secret special guest.
You
This is
do. I'm not aware
yeah.
of the secret special
I
guest.
need to check in with them and make sure that's actually still in their calendar. Um and the thing that we did last time was that you gave me a free reroll for birthday episode.
If you don't like the guy that we get, if it doesn't fit the vibe,
Uh-huh.
then we can do a different guy.
Uh-huh. Does that still apply?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. I'm gonna make a bold, like 1 in 100 chance. I mean, less than that. 1 in 80-ish chance. Claim. It's gonna be Ronse. First try, it's gonna be Ronse. We had
Uh-huh.
Ronse's spooky girlfriend, and then we
And
had
then we
this
had
guy who came out at the same
who
time as
came out at the same
Ronse.
time.
And now we're gonna finish the Ronse trilogy with Ronse on my birthday.
Okay.
It's my called shot. Here we go. Random number 1. Whop. I'm also thinking a lot about length because it can't be too long.
Hmm.
Oh.
Thoughts?
Huh.
Think it over. Consider it.
I.
This one's not an immediate pass or an immediate yes, as I
Uh
feel.
huh. I. Can I pitch you on something?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna pitch it to you in text. This is great audio content.
Great.
Um.
We're always striving to provide you with a better audio
Yeah.
experience here at Soulmates.
Um.
Famously, we're always doing this.
Bam. That's my little pitch.
Mm,
Is that too much? That might be too much.
I mean, show me the.
The
You know what
money.
I'm asking for. Yeah.
I'll show you the money. It's the money.
Hmm.
Mm,
No, that's too much.
yeah, that's too much. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. No, I think this is
That's
fine.
too much. Like in The Price is Right.
Uh huh. No, I
They
think
don't
this
say
is
that in The
fine.
Price is Right. They just say that in my family when we watch The Price is Right. Yeah, down with
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I'm happy with this.
Fun.
Fun. I like this individual.
Smiles.
Smiles. Great. You can always pad out the episode with another stupid little birthday activity.
Yeah.
It's being a little rude. I really enjoyed our last birthday activity. Anyway,
No, I didn't take it as an insult. I was like, yes, my stupid little
my
birthday
stupid
activity.
little birthday activity. Yay! And hopefully by
That's me, a
two
stupid little birthday activity.
uh-huh. Hopefully by 2 weeks from now I'll be done having lung problems.
God, I hope so.
God, I hope so. Okay. Thanks for being here.
That's what we say.
I don't know. You fucking play us out then. Go on.
Boy episode. Da-na-na, da-na-na. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Goodbye.
Bye.
落木中がどこへ行ったの聞こえますか
すみません。ウイルスとファイアウォールみたいなもんで、ハッキングするかデリートされるかしかないから、やむを得ず。